What's happening, my friends? Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's talk about Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira. This one's coming up. Damn, is that a crazy fight. Super excited for this one. Let's get into it. Alright, so starting with the former UFC middleweight champion, Alex Pereira. He is the former Glory middleweight and light heavyweight champ. The only kickboxer in Glory to ever hold two titles in two different weight classes simultaneously. Alex is a knockout artist, a super talented kickboxer that transitioned to mixed martial arts successfully. Some of his stats: he's 36 years old, 6'4", sports a 79-inch reach. He is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, trains alongside Glover Teixeira. Glover's basically his mentor. He has a kickboxing record of 33 wins, 7 losses, 21 knockouts under his belt. Mixed martial arts record, 8 wins, 2 losses. He has 6 knockout wins in mixed martial arts. Alex just beat Jan Blachowicz back at UFC 291 in July. That was a split decision. His venture in the light heavyweight realm in mixed martial arts. Before that, he was knocked out by Israel Adesanya, lost his middleweight belt. If I can talk about Alex's style, Alex has a stalking style. He's a very imposing figure in the cage. He's rangy, he's long. He has a prodding, damaging jab. Really effective low kicks that he just sneaks in there, just chopping your legs down. Some fighters have basically like a special move. With Cro Cop, it's the left high kick. With Alex Pereira, it is his left hook. It's almost like a shovel punch. It's a hook / uppercut, but he can knock you out with both hands and feet and elbows and knees. I feel like Alex is most dangerous in the middle range and close, where he can hit you with hooks and uppercuts. If he corners you against the cage, he's going to methodically pick you apart, but not pitter-patter shots. He throws with intent to hurt you and knock you out. Super dangerous fighter. His ground game has been coming along. The fact that he's a brown belt is kind of impressive. It's looking like his takedown defense is ever improving. He certainly has more years to compete in mixed martial arts. What he could further evolve to, who knows? He's already been world champ. Super impressive. Okay, let's talk about Jiri Prochazka. Jiri Prochazka has an extensive background in Muay Thai. He won the Czech National Championships back in 2011 in Prague. Gold medal. He is the former UFC light heavyweight champion. He was also the Ryzen light heavyweight champ, and he lost his belt via relinquishing it due to injury. Some of Jiri's stats: he is a large man just like Alex Pereira, 30 years old, 6'4", and an 80-inch reach. His mixed martial arts record: 29 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. 25 wins via KO TKO. He's basically a knockout machine. Not quite sure if Jiri Prochazka has an official BJJ ranking, but he certainly knows how to grapple, whether that's a mixture of Sambo, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and what capacity, not entirely sure. But as his career has progressed, it's evident that he's getting more and more competent on the ground. That's offensively, and I would say probably mostly defensively. Fight style: Jiri Prochazka is a wild man. While I do feel like he is very technical, he is also extremely creative. Not afraid to push boundaries, push the envelope in the cage striking wise, come up with things on the fly, kind of just flow fight. And to a lot of people, it looks sloppy and it looks like there's a lot of openings to attack him, but he's very good with eating shots, absorbing them. He has a pretty great chin in my opinion. Excellent movement. And yes, he does leave himself open, but he also creates openings with his wild style. There are benefits to game planning and sticking to a specific form and fight style, but there are benefits with free fighting. Just going in there, flowing, and seeing what your opponent offers and adapting on the fly. That's what Jiri does best. Jiri's dangerous with every limb, just like Alex Pereira. He can knock you out with punches, knees, kicks, elbows, attacks you from weird angles. I think we should now talk about the matchup. Okay, so let's talk about their size. Dimension wise, these guys are very similar in size. I would say that Jiri Prochazka is more muscular, probably a little bit thicker than Alex, but Alex is a big dude, man. He has one of those weird builds where like he's not thick. One could say he's lanky, but not like Adesanya lanky. He's pretty heavily muscled, just like in a lean way. His bone structure is crazy. The guy has humongous hands, big feet, and he's a very imposing figure in that cage. Then again, so is Jiri Prochazka. Style-wise, they certainly clash. Alex Pereira is methodical, sticks to more standard techniques and attacks. Nothing wrong with the basics and sticking to what works. Jiri Prochazka is creative. Kind of reminds me of Jon Jones to an extent, as far as like striking, old Jon Jones, vintage Jon Jones. I think this is going to be a crazy clash of style striking. Do I think this fight hits the mat? Possibly. I think Jiri Prochazka will be the one to initiate that because I think he's better on the ground. I certainly think he could take Alex Pereira down if he wants to, and I think throughout the fight at some point he's going to try. Not because he can't hang with Pereira, but because it would be the smart thing to do, fight like a mixed martial artist. And if Alex has a weakness, it's probably the ground. Striking wise, I mean, who's going to get the better of who is hard to say. I mean, both of these guys can hurt each other, they both can knock each other out. I think Jiri's movement's going to be problematic for Alex. Jiri likes to switch stances, he's all over the place, constantly moving, attacking. But that reckless style, if he gets too careless, could get him in trouble with Alex because Alex throws bombs. That guy hits you once clean on the chin, you're going to go to sleep. I think it would be smart of Alex Pereira to work those low calf kicks, because if he lands them on Jiri and they're effective, it's going to stop his movement. It's going to impede his ability to move and attack. And it's also going to impede his defense. So if Jiri's more of a stationary target for Alex, that's going to be way better for him. I'd expect Alex to walk him down the way he does with every other opponent, but he has to be careful with Jiri's counters. Jiri likes to fight on the outside and in the pocket. He's just not afraid to exchange, period. And with the weird angles he takes, he could catch Alex with something. Who's going to be faster? I think Jiri Prochazka is going to be faster. That's a major factor. I think Jiri's reach is going to be a factor. It's actually going to be a factor for both of them. They're both really tall, rangy guys. That's what makes this fight so exciting because in many respects, they're evenly matched, but just like with contrasting approaches and styles. Who do I think is going to win ultimately? It's tough to say. This is a really tough one to pick. Jiri's also the younger fighter, but it's about the mileage, not the age. I'm going to say athleticism and speed advantage definitely to Jiri. I think Alex could catch Jiri Prochazka, knock him out, certainly. But I think Jiri's movement, his speed, and his unpredictability, I think they will cause Alex issues. Jiri's not going to get stuck against the cage and get teed off on. He's going to be constantly moving, taking angles, attacking, circling, switching stances. And I can see him outpointing Alex. Could Jiri knock out Pereira? Yes. I'm leaning Jiri Prochazka into striking 60-40. I think he has more of an advantage on the ground with his strength and physicality. It would be smart of Jiri to take the fight to the mat at some point or try to. Overall fight pick, I think I'm going to go with Jiri Prochazka. But you also have to take into consideration cage rust. He's been out for a bit with an injury. Also, what's his shoulder going to be like? Is Jiri even going to be the same Jiri Prochazka? Big questions there. But let's say these guys both come in at their best. Still sticking with my pick. I'm going to say Jiri Prochazka 60-40. I'm excited for this one. I cannot wait to see it. But you guys in the comment section, let me know who you think takes this fight. Is it going to be Alex Pereira or is it going to be Jiri Prochazka? Thanks for watching this quick breakdown, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Eager to read your thoughts and who you are picking to win. If you enjoyed the video and you're not subscribed, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys on the next segment. Until then, please take care. Thanks so much for sticking with the channel and the support. Later, guys.